Hello guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is something a little bit different because I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had planned what video I was going to upload because I have some footage of a mini road trip that I took on the long weekend a couple of weeks back, but I have not had time to edit it at all. So I leave for New Zealand tomorrow, so things have been completely hectic, but I figured why not share with you exactly where I'm at, kind of how my headspace is right now, my mindset on kind of everything that's happening, kind of how my feelings are towards the fact that I'm leaving tomorrow, because people that travel all the time, you may think that they're just completely comfortable and, you know, they're not nervous at all or whatever your thoughts may be. So I'm going to share with you, as someone who travels all of the time, how I am dealing with the fact that I'm leaving the country tomorrow, kind of my preparations and everything like that. So maybe it helps you to see kind of the insight from a traveler's point of view, maybe if you're a little bit nervous about things. So hopefully you get some value out of today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and make sure that you hit subscribe so you can stay tuned on my upcoming adventures. But I hope you guys enjoy. It is currently Tuesday evening. I'm not even sure what time it is, maybe like 5 or 6 o'clock or something. And I leave tomorrow night. My flight is at 11:50 p.m. So I do still have the entire day tomorrow to get organized. My current situation is I have not packed. And I'm finding it a little bit kind of overwhelming because with this trip as well, I don't know how long I'm going to be gone for. I don't have any plans, so for all I know, I might not be like permanently back in the country for a long period of time. You know, for the plans that I have, I kind of have a rough outline, but I don't know if I'll be sticking to them. So at the moment, I'm thinking that I will be back in the country at the end of the year to apply for a Japanese visa, but anything can absolutely change between now and then. I don't really know what is going to happen. So I am packing up all of my things to prepare to be gone long term, because last time I left the country I wasn't really sure how long I was going to be gone for, and I ended up being gone for 2.5 years. And then when I got back into the country, when I got back into my room, it was just kind of a bit of a mess, because you're not really meant to leave all your belongings as you would normally live for 2.5 years. So this time I'm kind of preparing a little bit more. I am packing up all of my clothes into like those vacuum seal bags and then putting them all into storage containers so that they can be put away, especially like if mum decides to move or something in the time that I'm gone. It's going to make things a bit easier. I was going to be selling my car, decided not to last minute with some things that happened. I'm gonna have to prepare my car to be gone for long term as well. So last time, once again, I left my car not knowing how long I'd been gone for, so it did take a little bit of a toll on the car, but this time I've been told how to prepare it and everything like that to be gone for a longer period of time. So there's just a lot of things to think about. I currently don't have an Australian credit card. I still have my Canadian credit card, so I wanted to try and get on to getting an Australian credit card. But I don't have an Australian license. I have a Canadian license, which means I couldn't apply for the credit card because I didn't have another form of ID, and just like all of these little bits of pieces. And leading up until this point, I was working full time, going to the gym every day. So my day would pretty much be waking up at 5 a.m, going to the gym, going to work, getting back late at night, going to sleep and repeating. So I haven't really had that much time. Any spare time I had in the evenings, I was kind of editing videos for you guys. So it's been pretty hectic that I haven't pre-organized anything. So for example, if I went to apply for a credit card a couple of months ago when I got back into the country, I could have applied for an Australian license between now and then and got that all figured out. But I decided to, as I do, be very last minute and apply for the credit card and these kinds of things, you know, the week before I'm leaving, which doesn't really leave me enough time to do anything. So obviously it's too late to apply for a driver's license. So I can't get a credit card, which is still okay because I still do have my Canadian one. Now, I just want to touch base on the fact that I only apply for a credit card for the fact of I can not get fees on that credit card, and also some things when you're buying like flight tickets and just some things that you have to put deposits on credit cards. So that's the only reason I have it. I don't travel and go into debt, just to say. But yeah, so I'm feeling a little bit unprepared, which is completely my own fault, but that's just kind of how I go with it. And I am super lucky that I actually don't have to worry about visas and all those kinds of things, which I think also makes me be a little bit more slack, because I haven't even got any New Zealand money yet. I haven't even been to the bank. So I guess I'll do that tomorrow morning and hope to God that they actually have some New Zealand money in the bank. But if not, I do have my travel money card, which I'm hoping isn't expired. Should probably check that. As a non-planner, this is pretty much how it is. I think I just do get a little bit too comfortable, and it's really not the ideal situation to be leaving everything so last minute, but it's just kind of how I go with it, and it makes things a little bit more difficult sometimes, but you overcome the issues, so it's all right. Just the other day I booked my accommodations for the first 3 nights, so that is all that I have booked at the moment. So I'm flying into Christchurch, have 3 nights of a hostel booked, and then from then on I'm just kind of going with the flow and seeing what happens. I'm kind of comfortable doing that. It doesn't really stress me out because I've done that before and I actually really enjoy it, so I'm not too worried about that. But kind of where I am right now is I have been back at home for, I guess, like 4 months, and I did not plan to stay this long. It kind of just happened, you know. I didn't plan on getting a job, and then I ended up being offered a job, and I was like, you know, why not get some money while I'm back in Australia? But the reason I didn't want to do that initially is because you just get really comfortable. And I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly what happened. I'm just so comfortable right now, like just with a regular routine. I get to go to the gym every day. I've got cash flow coming into the bank, and you know, it's just really comfortable. So I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable having to get back into the travel groove. And even though I travel all the time, you still get out of the travel groove, you still get comfortable, and it still makes you uncomfortable to leave the country and get back in that groove. So I'm knowing that I'm going to be backpacking around, I'm going to have to be meeting new people, I'm going to have to be looking for work over there, and just doing everything outside of my comfort zone again. I'm not going to have a car, which is the biggest thing that I don't like, because you lose so much freedom when you don't have a car. I'm going to be back on like a budget and not getting cash flow, so I am feeling a bit kind of like, oh, like I have to get back outside my comfort zone again, like, but I do know how much I love it once it happens. Like I've said in a previous video, which was getting into solo travel or something like that, I said like that first week takes like a week to get back into that travel groove. Like I have that every time, literally every time I travel I have to get back into that groove. So I think one of the big things as well is why I just kind of told myself, like, I'm doing it, I'm not staying in Australia, I'm going. So it forced me to book a ticket, so I didn't, like, before I got too comfortable, because I knew, like, if I got too comfortable, I didn't book anything, then I would just stay. And then before you know it, 1.5 years has gone by and you're like, I haven't done anything or been anywhere. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Feeling like I kind of want to stay, which is weird because that never usually happens, but I'm going and I know I'm gonna love it. My packing situation right now is this. Which is not ideal the day before you leave, but seriously, I have packed that backpack so many times that I know it's going to take me like 15 minutes. I have literally washed all of the clothing that I own. I'm chucking out like another 4 bags of clothes and giving them to like the donation bins, which is funny because when I got back into the country, I think I donated like 7 bags. So I've really minimized my closet down, but as I travel, I just become more and more of a minimalist. And I know when I got back in the country last time, I was so overwhelmed by all of the things. So this time, I'm just getting rid of all the stuff, so when I come back, I don't have to deal with all of that stuff and I don't feel so overwhelmed. But yeah, so that's my packing situation right now. But apart from that, like, I'm not too worried because in New Zealand, like if I don't have anything, I can just buy it there. So I was also expecting it to be pretty warm in New Zealand right now because it's still pretty warm in Australia, like 30-degree days. But I looked up the weather today and it's like low 20s. So I kind of had to change what I plan to be packing. I will make a packing video for you and put in everything that I pack and kind of how I'm doing it. So you'll be able to see everything that I take along with me. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not really excited. I don't get excited because it's so surreal. I don't really believe it's happening until I'm in the country. And then once I'm in the country, I get so excited and it's like overwhelming joy and happiness. So I'm a bit weird like that. So everyone's like, oh my God, are you excited? I'm like, like it just doesn't seem real. Like I'll get excited when I get there and saying bye to people and people are like, oh my God, bye. And I'm like, oh yeah, I might not see you again for a while. But yeah, that's just me. If you do have any recommendations for me, put them in the comments below. I haven't planned anything. I've done a little bit of research just on stuff that I've like found on Instagram and saved. But apart from that, I haven't really done much planning. I'm free to kind of be doing whatever that's within my budget, but I do plan to kind of be seeing everywhere. So if you have recommendations for me, put them in the comments below. If there's any videos you would like me to make, so I plan to do a packing video because I know that's something that a lot of people are always interested in. I've also maybe been thinking about doing things to think about when you travel long term, you know, preparation and things that you might need. So if you're interested in these kinds of things, let me know, put them in the comments below. If there's any particular videos you would like me to make, put them in the comments below. But I hope you found today's video insightful. It's nice to kind of let you know a little bit about where my head is at and you can feel like you can get to know me a little bit more. So I will see you guys next week. One other thing to let you know is I am going to be retracting my statement of videos every Tuesday. I'm so sorry. I am going to try and get them up every week, but with not knowing where I'm going to be, it is hard to promise a video every Tuesday just in case I am somewhere without good Wi-Fi or anything like that. So I am still going to try and get a video up once a week, if not once a week, definitely once a fortnight for you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that for all the people that I know, there's a couple of times that I've been late uploading and I got them up on the Wednesday and people are like, where's your video? And I'm like, I'm sorry, like my internet. So I will still try and post as much as possible. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. It's sarahTravels.solo, and I have more of a live situation of kind of what's going on my Instagram story. I also do post photos and I always tag locations. So if you're kind of seeing my videos and you're like, that's really pretty, I want to know where that is, go to my Instagram because I'm very thorough with kind of putting down the information of where that is so you guys can go. And also on my stories as well, I usually try and tag locations as much as I can if I have reception. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe and I'll see you guys next week.